I was so confused. I was so confused. What's up and what's good, everybody? It's your girl Abby Rose, and I'm back like I never left with another video. So today's video is just gonna be like a quick story time. I'm just gonna tell you my experience working at Macy's. Yes, working at Macy's. And I just want to tell you guys, if anybody that works at Macy's now sees this video, I'm not talking about all of Macy's. I'm talking about the one Macy's that I worked at. I'm not gonna tell you where it's at, but just know, if you ever find out, don't work there, because I had the worst experience ever working at that Macy's. So I'm gonna tell you guys about that today. Make sure you don't forget to subscribe. What are you doing? Like, how are you watching my video? You're not subscribed yet. Click that red button and let's get started with the video. Okay, so let me tell you like the timeline basically. Let's go to the backstory. Where's my drink? Like, I'm thirsty. I applied to Macy's in early October. I applied, right? So let's say I applied October, or was it September? No, it was October. Let's just pick a random date because I know it was early October. I think it was October 6th. October 6th, I applied for Macy's. That means I went on the website. I picked which one I wanted to work at. I applied. This was my first job, by the way. Like, I had no experience. I never worked anywhere else. I never did any small jobs. Macy's was my first job. So let me just put that out there, okay? I applied for the seasonal position, just to be seasonal, because I didn't have any experience, so seasonal was best for me. They were just gonna keep me for a little bit and then let me go, so I could at least have an experience. Like, I didn't want to stay at Macy's. Macy's was definitely not the job I wanted, but I just wanted to pick it just so I could have some experience. You get it? I applied October 6th. I heard back, no lie, 2 days later, like October 8th. I got an email. It was an email to set up my interview. I set up my interview for like next week in the morning, like on a Saturday. I remember this. On a Saturday in the morning, so that I could just get it over with and then be on with my day. I dressed up in a white buttoned up tee, right? White button up. Purple skirt. I was like, it's so cute. So cute and professional, right? Professional for Macy's. I should have went up in there in jeans because I hated that job. But I didn't know I was going to hate it until actually I started working. So I came up in there with a collar. Feel me? White collar, looking spiffy. I got there 25 minutes on time, right? 25 minutes. I went to the back, to the office to wait so I could get interviewed. And then a lady steps out. She was so nice. So I was like, oh, this is going to be a good job, you know? She asked me a couple questions. Oh, do you have any experience? You know, just regular questions they ask you at jobs, you know? Do you have any experience? What's the first time you had to work in a team? Are you better at working at a team? You know, stuff like that. So I didn't really have experience. So I was really nervous in the interview, but I got over it. They hired me. They put me in the back office to the manager, like the general manager of Macy's. And she was like, okay, we're going to hire you as a merchandiser. I was like, a what? I didn't know what that was. I just wanted to be sales. I applied to be a sales associate, right? I love talking to people. I love being out in the open and helping customers. That's what I love to do. What is merchandising? What is merchandising? So she's like, okay, your manager is gonna be, let's just call her Purple because I see a purple bag. So she said your manager's gonna be Purple Washington, and you'll get to meet her on your first day of training, and your supervisor is gonna be, let me name her Puma. So I was like, okay, my manager's Purple and my supervisor's gonna be Puma. Okay, I'll get to meet them when I start training, and I'll get to meet my other coworkers, and that's how it's gonna be. They set up my 2 days. Mind you, it was 2 days of training. I was like, okay, I'm gonna learn this job. I'm gonna learn what merchandising is. Maybe it's just helping out in the front, you know, just cleaning up or something like that. Next week, I had my first day of training. They told me to come in uniform. We had to wear all black. It had to be black slacks, a black t-shirt, whatever. It It didn't matter what style t-shirt it was, it just had to be black. Everything had to be black. Shoes had to be black. But my Macy's, everybody was wearing jeans, somebody was wearing sweat. I was like, okay, am I the only one following the rules here, or... But you know, I didn't pay attention to it. So, first day of training, they tell me, yeah, come, Abby. I was like, okay. So I walk into the office, and they sit me down at a computer. So I'm like, okay, you want me to sign up for something? Yeah, I'll sign up, you know, I'm gonna sign up. They're like, yeah, this is where you're gonna be training. It's only 5 hours. I'm like, 5 hours? You want me to sit here at this computer for 5 hours? Five hours. So that was training. Mind you, this was my first job, so I didn't know how real training is supposed to be or if that was a problem. So now that I've learned, I know that's not how you're supposed to train somebody, you know? So I was sitting at a computer watching videos for 5 hours. How are you supposed to learn watching videos on how to work in Macy's? For all that, you could have sent me the link. You could have just sent me the link and I could have been watching it at home, eating popcorn or something. Why am I sitting here in full uniform at your job watching a video I could do at home? That was my first strike. That's how I knew I was not going to like this job. Second day of training, I thought we were going to do something different. Maybe the first day was just computer. The second day, it was more hands-on. No. Again, they sat me down at a computer for another 5 hours, and I was just going crazy. I was literally going crazy in my head. Why are you sitting me down at a computer when I could be helping a customer right now? I don't get it. I don't get it. So I was just, you know what? Let me just calm down. I was on my phone the whole time. The whole time. I was just like this. Because I'm not going to watch 5 hours videos of Macy's. Like, that's so boring. The only video that I liked was the one... If you work at Macy's, you'll know which one I'm talking about. But it's the one where it talks about if somebody was to come and rob you, what do you do? That was an interesting video. But the rest of those videos and questions, I could live without them. No, I could live without them. I don't want to deal with it. I was so happy when they let me go because I was so hungry. Oh my God, I hated it. When I was done with my second day of training, they signed me up for, I forgot, what was it called? We got to meet the district manager of Macy's. So we had to meet the district manager and he was going to tell us all about the magic of Macy's and all that. So fast forward to when I met the district manager. So it was a Saturday, I remember. You had to be in full uniform again, and I was just like, hopefully it's not on FaceTime where we meet the district manager. I came up in there in my all black uniform, and there was like at least 20 other all black new people, all black uniform new people, right? It was like 20 of us. So I'm just like, okay, this time I got to meet my coworkers. Let me just remind you, I was a merchandiser. I was working in fulfillment. So I'm going to explain what fulfillment is soon, but let me just get to this story. So we sit down with 20 other new employees, and then this big fat white guy comes in the room, right? So I'm like, okay. And I'm talking to a girl next to me. She was really cool. We became good friends after that. Definitely. And the 4 girls that was sitting next to me, they became my real good friends in Macy's. Like when I was working in Macy's, I was always with them. So this guy comes up in there and I'm just like, get on with it. So Derek walks up into the room and he sits down. He's like, hello new employees. Welcome to Macy's. I'm going to explain the magic of Macy's, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff. And he was like, at the end of this, I'm going to show you guys a quick tour of the store, and yeah, and then I'll schedule you guys for your first day of work. So I'm like, okay, first day of work. When am I going to be on the floor to train? Like, I still haven't trained on the floor. I still don't know how to work in Macy's. I still don't know how to do anything. So I'm like, okay, maybe my first day of work, my first real day of work, they'll actually train me, okay? I was like, okay, let me just calm down. So after that, we went on the tour. It was so quick. That tour was like 2 minutes. I lied to you not. That tour was like, okay, and over there's the bathroom, over there is where the women's section is. Oh, downstairs is kids, and have a nice day, guys. See you guys on your first day. What? Where's the bathroom? What women's section? First day comes around, I'm all in my black uniform again for the 4th time. This is my first day on the floor. I got to meet my managers. Best parts of the story. I got to meet my managers after 4 days of finally being hired, right? So I got to meet Purple. She was like, hi, my name is Purple. I'm your manager. I'm part of the merchandising team, and merchandising is basically blah blah blah. She explained it. I'm gonna explain it to you guys after I tell you about my supervisor. So then she calls up some lady. The lady's name was Puma, and I was like, oh, that's my supervisor. She's probably gonna come get me. She's like, Puma to this section, Puma to this section. Okay. Puma comes up the stairs. Okay, let me just describe what this ladies look like, okay? What this lady looks like. Puma comes up the stairs. She's a light-skinned lady. She has a short hairstyle, like somebody's auntie. Brown hair and thin, drawn-in eyebrows. I was like, whose aunt is this? She had to be in her, like, late 40s, early 50s. So, she comes up and then she's like, yes, Purple? I'm like, oh my gosh, she has an attitude problem. I was like, hi, my name is Abby. You know, I just started working here like 4 days ago. So she's like, oh, you're part of my team. Yeah, you're part of fulfillment. Okay, come with me. So she was like, this is what you're going to be doing. I want you to come get your gun. I want you to do this. I want you to come. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's too much going on. Like, I was so confused. I was so confused about life. Like, what was going on? What was going on? So let me just explain to you what position I was, okay? I applied to be a sales associate, but I was hired part of the merchandising team, which is fulfillment. Fulfillment is when you, the customer, order something online from the Macy's website. Me, the part of the fulfillment team, we go look for your item in the store so it could be shipped out to you. That's what fulfillment is, okay? So I was like, okay, that's gonna be an easy job. You know, all I gotta do is go around the store and find the item. But no, it was not an easy job because some of the items that the customers were ordering did not even lie in the store. There was only like one of each item. It would be like a white t-shirt, a white polo t-shirt that was sold out a whole year ago, but yet there's one in the store. So I had to go through every box, everything, just to look for stuff, okay? And my supervisor would tell me, oh, I'm not looking hard enough. Oh, Abby, you're not doing this hard enough. So I already hated her, okay? Let me just tell you, I hated her. She treated me like a child all the time. She said I never did anything right. Everything was wrong. And when I was late to work, oh, forget about it. Forget about it. It was the end of the world for her. If I was late to work once, forget about it. Forget about it. So I'm going to just tell you guys 3 story times about working in Macy's that really made me want to quit my job the day of. Okay? The first short story I'm going to tell you about is on Thanksgiving. Remember, I was a seasonal worker, and Thanksgiving was one of the holidays we had to work. So Thanksgiving, I was working the overnight shift. I remember I was working the overnight shift. I was working 13 hours as a part-timer. So I came into work at 6 o'clock p.m. and I left at 6 in the morning. Yes, 6 in the morning. So I remember this one old lady. So I was working and I was finding stuff so it could be shipped out to the customers because a lot of people was ordering. It's Thanksgiving. A lot of people are ordering for sales because Macy had a lot of sales during like the holiday season. So everybody was ordering. A lot of people were shopping during Thanksgiving. So it was a lot of people around. So I'm trying to do my job, and then an old lady comes up to me. Actually, she didn't even come up to me. She screamed at me. She said, hey, I need help. I need help over here. So I look at her and I'm just like, Me? Mind you, I'm not a sales associate. I don't have to help her. I work behind the scenes. But the kind little hearted kid that I am, I'm like, okay, let me just stop doing what I'm doing so I can help her. Mind you, I didn't know anything about like products in Macy's. I had no product knowledge in Macy's at all. I didn't know anything. So she's like, okay, I think that lady over there, she said we didn't have no more of these Thanksgiving platters. Can you see if you could look for it for me? I was just like, miss, if, mind you, she was pointing to the district manager, the one that knows about everything that's in the store. She said, this lady over here said that there was no more of this platter. Can you look for it for me? I was like, miss, if she said there's no more, there's no more. But you know what? I will kindly help you. I went to the stock room where the kitchen stuff was at. And of course, it was right. There was no more of that platter. I was looking up and down because I actually wanted to see the customer happy, you know. I wanted to see her happy that I found it and I was a hero and all of this, you know. It was my first job, so I didn't know anything. But I was looking everywhere. I couldn't find it. I was just like, you know what? Let me tell her. I said, miss, there is no more of those platters. If you want, you can order it online. I don't know that process, but I'm guessing you can do it at the cash register. Okay, so then she stops me right there. She stops me right there. And she's like, you're not doing your job correctly. I just wanted you to help me. I was just standing there like, I had scratches on my hands because I was digging through boxes to see if I could find it for her. And she's telling me I'm not doing my job correctly. She told me I'm not doing my job correctly. So I'm like, you know what, miss? I can't help you no more. And that's what I told her. I can't help you no more. I have to continue doing my job. This is not my job. I can't help you. I don't know where it is. Okay, so I'm going to have to leave you right here. And I'll definitely tell the manager to come see you. That's what I said. That day, I really wanted to quit my job because of her. How are you telling me that I don't know what I'm doing when I just went to the stockroom and there's no more? I don't get it. I don't get it. Where's the logic? Where's the logic? Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me, because I was so confused that day. She was really yelling at me. I was just like, miss, you want to go look for it yourself? Because there's no more. Like, I can't do nothing about it. But that's my experience at working at Macy's, and I hope you guys liked it. This is, again, just my Macy's that I worked at that I did not like. Just my Macy's, okay? I don't know how it is at other Macy's. I bet you it's way better than the one that I worked at. But make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I do want to see you guys comment so I can get other video ideas of what to do. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.